구원해준 나의 천사 나의 세상 난 이상 새 고향이 널 만나러
Ryan stands in front of the time machine, staring at the glowing controls like they are holding every answer she never got in her youth. She's been here before, but today feels different, bigger, heavier, dangerous. Are you sure? Jimin asks quietly, watching her like one wrong move might break her. She finally turns, smiling the type of smile that looks brave but feels terrified underneath. Very sure it's 2030 and she's about to go back to 2013. Back to high school halls, cheap perfume, old lockers, messy desks, and the younger version of herself who still lives loudly inside her memories. Okay, Jimin says, though his voice shakes just enough to give him away. He tries to look confident, but worry is painted across his face like a warning sign. Maya steps into the machine, swallowing air that suddenly feels too thick. Second trip, but her first that truly matters. She reaches for the buttons, fingers trembling with both excitement and fear. When Jimin suddenly blurts out, "Wait," Wyan freezes, blinking at him. Jimin hesitates only for a second before confessing softly, "I'll come with you." Wayne's eyes widen instantly, disbelief glowing. But he's stepping inside before she can even process it. Settling beside her like he belongs here. "I want to go with you," he repeats, voice steadier now, like he couldn't let her face her past alone. Wayne nods quickly, warmth flooding her chest, before kissing his cheek, light, quick, but everything. The machine hums to life as she selects the year 2013. A random date. The floor vibrates, lights flicker, and Wayne's heart sprints faster than the countdown. Then Jimin, being Jimin, panics. What if either of us didn't go to school that day? He asks, horrified. Wayne throws him the widest eyes imaginable. "Jimin, you fucking do not give me a heart attack right now." She claps her hands, whispering praise to every universe, every timeline, every stupid butterfly effect rule. Please let them be in school. Please let her younger self exist in school that day. The machine was louder, a bright pulse filling the chamber. Jimin reaches out, grabbing her hand, fingers linking with hers like he's anchoring them both. "Don't worry, we'll find you," he says softly, certainty trembling beneath the words. Wayne squeezes back. "We better," she whispers, breath catching. The countdown hits zero. The light surges. The world bends, twists, folds like paper being crushed in a giant fist. Sound disappears, color drains, gravity flips, and Wyan clutches Jimin's hand like it's the only real thing left as the universe swallows them whole and spits them into the past. When the machine finally stops shaking, Wayne opens her eyes slowly. The world feels familiar in the most unreal way. The school parking lot sits right in front of them. Same cracked cement, same faded white lines, same smell of warm air and old memories she forgot she missed. She exhales a huge breath, like she's been holding it since 2030. "Thank God," she whispers, turning to Jimin. He's already adjusting his mask carefully, like he's preparing for some undercover mission. Except he smiles beneath it, eyes shining like he cannot believe they are really here. Wayne pulls her mask on too, her heartbeat weirdly loud in her ears. Somewhere in the school, her younger self exists, clueless, small, emotional, dreaming about a boy she thought she'd never have. Wayne feels almost dizzy thinking about how she's about to meet a version of herself who has No idea. Do you want to go together? Or she asks, hugging her arms to her chest. She can't choose. She wants to stay with him. She wants to run separately. She wants everything. Jimin squints his eyes dramatically, pretending to think, but his smile gives away how excited he is. We'll part ways here and meet in our spot, he says, voice dipped in soft nostalgia. Wayne freezes for a second before the memory hits her. The old staircase behind the music room. The secret place where younger Ryan doodled stars while younger Jimin acted like he wasn't watching her. Oh, yes, she says, smile blooming under her mask. Jimin giggles, actually giggles before reaching over and putting the hairstrand behind her ear like he used to. Then he walks away, confident, determined to find his younger self. Wayne watches him go, warm all over, like everything is starting again. She bounces once on her toes, steadying herself. It's really happening. She's about to meet the girl she used to be, the one who cried over homework and fell hopelessly in love with her cold crush. Wayne inhales shakily and starts walking, the air heavy with past and future mixing together. Ryan walks through the hallway, her footsteps quiet, echoing silently. Ryan walks through the hallway, her footsteps quiet, echoing slightly. The classrooms are empty, desks untouched, sunlight falling through the windows. Just like she remembers. Where am I? She murmurs, confused. Maybe the lab or something? She spins slowly, taking in the strange familiarity of it all. That's when she freezes, completely. Younger Ryan sits on a bench near the window, a thick book open in her hands, but her eyes are not on the pages at all. They are fixed across the hall, focused, dreamy. Older Ryan follows her gaze and bites back a smile. Younger Jimin sits there, quiet like always, reading something intensely. Older Jimin stands at a distance, staring directly at his younger self. Eyes wide, memorized like he's watching a ghost. Wine almost laughs. She never imagined witnessing both versions of him in the same hallway. She walks quietly toward her younger self and sits beside her. Younger Wayne snaps her eyes down instantly, pretending to read, acting like she wasn't just caught staring at her crush. Older Wayne clears her throat softly. Younger Wayne doesn't even glance at her. Hey, older Wayne says gently. Younger Wayne finally looks up, eyes narrowing at the masked stranger. Wayne. Older Wayne says, smiling under the mask. Do you know me? Younger Wayne whispers, confused. Older Wayne laughs. Do you know me? She repeats like it's the most ridiculous question ever. Younger Wayne's brows furrow even more. Okay, Wayne, don't freak out. You freak out a lot, but stay glued to the bench. Whale once. Younger Wayne immediately looks around like she expects hidden cameras to pop out. But older Wayne speaks again, pulling her attention back. I'm from 2030, your older version. Younger Wayne blinks rapidly, her face carrying every confusion in the universe. You what? She asks, voice cracking. Older Wayne reaches for her mask. I'll show you my face, but please don't freak out. Younger Wayne just stares, frozen. Older Wayne lifts her mask for 2 seconds, revealing herself. Younger Wayne jolts back so hard the bench squeaks. Her eyes huge. Hey, hey, older Wayne says quickly, grabbing her arm gently. I told you not to freak out. Younger Wayne's breathing turns shaky. What are you? She whispers, looking around and back at her again, terrified and amazed. Calm down, older Wayne says, pressing her hand reassuringly on her arm. Younger Wayne gulps, nods slowly. How did you come here? She finally asks. Older Wayne smiles proudly. Time machine, ours, made in the future. Younger Wayne's eyes widened more as she scoots closer, curiosity overtaking her. Did we really make one? Younger Wayne asks, almost breathless. Older Wayne nods. Yes, but we had help too. Younger Wayne squints suspiciously. Who? Older Wayne tilts her head toward the boy sitting across the hall. Younger Wayne follows her gaze and sees him. Looks back. No way, Jimin. Older Wayne grins under the mask. Jimin. Younger Wayne recoils instantly. Jimin, please, he's not even looking at me. He doesn't even know I exist. I mean, us. She rolls her eyes dramatically. Older Wayne giggles, shaking her head at clueless, innocent, hopelessly in love younger self. He will talk to you. Himself, Older Wayne says, and younger Wayne's whole expression lights up like someone just switched her heart on. How? When? She asks instantly, leaning closer, her fingers already gripping the edge of the bench. Curiosity practically explodes out of her eyes. Since we're in a couple of months, he'll come talk to you. Older Wayne says, and younger Wayne's breath catches so visibly that older Wayne almost laughs. What does he say? Please tell me, younger Wayne whispers, scooting close enough that their shoulders touch, like she's afraid the future might run away. Don't you want to know yourself? Older Wayne teases, watching younger Wayne's impatient little sigh. She remembers that sigh, the one she made every time she wanted something to happen faster. Younger Wayne nods, but her smile is too wide, too bright, too hopeful to hide something. So, older Wayne continues, lowering her voice like she's giving sacred instructions. Younger Wayne straightens instantly. Don't lose your focus on studies and have more ideas ready for the science fair. He'll be impressed. You know how much he loves science and we kinda do too. Younger Wayne nods obediently. She nods too fast, like she already started planning every detail of the fair in her brain. Older Wayne watches her younger self, so small, so hopeful, so unaware of the battles she'll fight and the love she'll win. A tiny ache forms in her chest for the girl she used to be. Then Enkerwine hears a voice behind them, soft, warm, familiar in a way she can't place yet. Wyan, she turns, eyes narrowing at the tall man standing there in a mask. He looks sharp, effortless, dangerous in the quietest way. Older Jimin freezes too, almost breathless. He can't stop staring. Younger Wyan, the girl who made his teenage years unbearable and beautiful at the same time. The girl he was too shy to speak to for months. The girl who made him fall without even trying. Older Jimin's eyes soften as much. It breaks older Wayne's heart a little. Younger Wayne looks confused. A stranger calling her name? But then he lifts his mask slowly, like he's afraid the moment might shatter. Older Jimin's face appears. Perfect, mature, softened in ways younger Wayne never imagined. Her whole expression collapses into shock. Her lips part, her breath stutters. Older Wayne steps in before younger Wayne completely combus. Meet my husband, she says casually, almost teasingly. What? Younger Wayne snaps her head at older Wayne, mouth hanging open, eyes trembling. She looks at older Jimin again, like she's staring at the universe glitching in front of her. She genuinely doesn't know whether to scream, faint, run, or cry. Older Jimin puts his mask back on, then leans down, closer to younger Wayne, close enough that she holds her breath. He tucks a small strand of hair behind her ear, slow and gentle, like he did it 1,000 times before.